Hello, my name is Ashley, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ashley's Storybook. Today I'm going to be reading you a story that I wrote for my little sister. I thought this was going to be something that was just for me, but it turns out it's something I'm really proud of. I made copies and I sent it to a bunch of people I love, and I thought I'd show you. So we're gonna do like a little art show and tell time, and I love learning about people by them telling you about the people they love. So I thought I would show that side of myself a little bit today. Hopefully this inspires you to do something similar, or even just think about doing art in new ways, because this was for me something that sparked me publishing a book, and I also am just really proud of it. I really love this. I am 25 and my sister is 2.5 years younger than me, so she's 22 right now. Even though she was only 2.5 years younger than me, I swear she felt like a little tiny button compared to me, because she just was so much shorter than me, and she still is shorter than me, but she had this cute little brown bob. She has huge brown eyes, and she was just the cutest little kid ever. She did karate, and she also loved sitting in the corner and playing with her little tiny toys alone, like think little plastic guys. And no one really knew what was happening in her imaginative world, because that was a place she really liked to be in by herself. And I respect that. I respect a girl with a vision, with a plan, and wanting to see it through on her own. She's also like one of those people where she'll be quiet for a while and then hit you with the funniest thing you've ever heard in the entire world. She is so funny and smart and wise and calm, and she also was really particular about her food. She would only eat orange food, or food that was orange adjacent, like beige. Obviously, we would, as a family, get her to explore new things, but her happy place was a plate of food that was in the orange family at the very least. And she was a she is a black belt in karate, and she had nunchucks and like a staff, and she took her power seriously. She never abused it or tried to beat me up or anything, which I think shows a lot of strength, honestly, because I am sure I would have wanted to beat me up if I could at some point as a sister, you know, but she opted out, so that shows a lot of strength, internal strength. The other thing was she was a physical like beast. You're gonna see this referenced in the book, but there was one day we were in gym class, and I heard about this even though I was like 2 or 3 grades older. She made headlines at our school because she did a 15-minute plank. Everyone else in her class, in her gym class, was waiting forever for her to be done, and she probably could have gone all day. She is like so physically tough and mentally tough and very resilient. She has turned out to be so hot and gorgeous and stunning and perfect, and her settling into her womanly self has just been so cool to watch. She's handled it with such grace. Let's read my story, and then I'm going to point out some of my favorite little details that I included in here. So let's go. My Friend Abby by Ashley Monte. There's the little cover page. Let me tell you about my friend named Abby. She is really very cool. She could beat up bad guys before breakfast and still be dressed for school. In the gym, Abby's awesome skills never seem to end. In class, she works hard and wants to comprehend. At home, Abby's imagination can run free. And in the kitchen, the food might be the color she likes it best to be. Abby keeps her treasures hidden under her bed, but you would only know that if you were her best friend. I know this girl named Abby. She is really very sweet. She is calm and silly and soft and strong and brave and creative. I hope one day you can have a friend like Abby. She is quite the treat. And then on this back page, these are all pictures of us from when we were kids. But then I wrote, My friend Abby is about my little sister who has been a friend to me her whole life. She was the coolest little girl, and I wanted to honor the human I grew alongside in a book I love to make. My sister inspires me every day. Who inspires you? So that's my little book about Abby, my friend Abby. Now I want to point out some of my favorite details, okay? So I really like the style I chose for this book. I think it's really cool and fun. I drew these little characters of her, and then I made the background scenes out of magazine paper or just normal paper or things I found. I also painted and watercolored and added that onto the scene. And I think that this style was really cool and kind of unlocked how I do my scrapbooking and my journaling, which also inspired the aesthetic of this video or this channel. And then Abby could beat up bad guys before breakfast. Literally, she could. I think that this turned out so funny. I put little hearts over the objects that are probably not allowed to be seen. She also had this bow staff. Super cute. And then this was like her little school uniform, and I drew a bus and then put it like trees in the background. And then this is the infamous gym scene where she did a plank for 15 minutes, and I chose this kind of trippy, psychedelic-y background to represent the mindset I imagined her being in to be able to hold it for so long in like 2nd grade. She hit flow state, she hit being in alignment with the universe in that moment, and I wanted to capture that. And then this one I'm really proud about. These are all little characters that she actually had. I found pictures from eBay, all different kinds of places, and I cut them all out, and these are ones she actually had. I actually just sent her some Kung Fu Panda little characters like this because I just watched the movie. She was obsessed with Kung Fu Panda. That's what inspired the whole karate movement. And so I got her little characters like this, but in the shape of the Fab Five from Kung Fu Panda. And then we have the kitchen scene. I picked some of her favorite orange foods, including orange juice. She had orange juice every single day. And I thought that was just so funny and perfect. This is one of my favorite pages because her bed looked almost exactly like this bed. And she had literally this stuff under her bed. I swear, she had a treasure chest with fossils and bones and gold and old money. She had gems and so many cool things in her stash. And once in a while, she would let me take a peek. Those were prime childhood days. These are all different flowers. I painted some of them. Found all these kind of trippy scenes and some other pictures to kind of create this mood of her unlimited awesomeness that she stores in her soul. And then these are some animals we had. We had a Siamese cat, and we also had a turtle. Her turtle was named Flower Power, and my turtle was named Todd, and we loved our turtles. Also, we just had deer around, so I included the baby deer. And I also feel like Abby has some baby deer energy. And I just included some like classic childhood treats on this page, and I cut them all out of paper, and I think it turned out really, really sweet. And then this last page is honestly my favorite. You can see little baby Abby and me all throughout our times. Growing up, we went swimming with the dolphins. We had these little birds. This picture is so cute. She was such a little peanut. And this is kind of how I envision her being, where I don't look that different than I do now. And then I just have my little baby sister. But this middle picture shows us together now. She's all grown up. It's harder to tell who's who. So, my friend Abby. I love my little storybook. I'm really proud of this. This inspired me to make Bees Wear Bows, which I had published. And I'm also really proud of this book. So if you would like me to read this book to you in another video and tell you all the bee facts I know, I feel like I am a bee expert. I've done so much bee research. I have a little about the author page. I'd love to read you this one at a different time. But yeah, I'm just so proud to have my little sister in my life. And I think it's one of the coolest things that I've gotten to be as a big sister. I want to be a big sister to you guys too, or a friend, or just like a girl's girl, because I love girls. I love being around other women and learning from other women. I love you so much. Thank you for watching this video and subscribe.